Hello and welcome to the 2022 Birdbrain Finals. It's October 16th, 2022. We're at the Anna Page East Course in Rockford, Illinois. We'll be watching the front nine here. I'm joined by Dan Schlitter, club captain.
Thanks for having me, TJ. Stoked to watch some Birdbrain Finals disc golf coverage.
Great to have you here. It was about 50 degrees out there, slightly windy. We'll take a look at the payouts. First place up top, we're getting over $1,000, and you'll see second, third, and fourth. We're starting with 4 players. They've whittled down over a series of playoff rounds, and you'll see they're each starting with their own handicap. We'll talk a little more about how they got that cap. There's the man himself.
Yeah, it was a cold day out there. The wind was present and the sun was definitely behind the clouds, but still a good day to decide who the champion will be. So we're here on hole 1, Anna Page East. We're playing to the blue basket. It's about the most straightforward hole on the course. It's a slight downhill 280-foot shot with a couple of late mature trees blocking the green. Josh shows us what the most common play is just kind of hanging something out wide with some glide and letting it swing back, avoiding all the leaves and the branches and giving yourself a circle 1 putt.
Totally okay.
Sonny Yu, great up-and-coming player out of the suburbs of Chicago, likes what Josh did and throws a carbon copy himself, puts himself within 25 feet or so. Tyler Glasgow, he is our 3rd player on the card, and he is going for the direct route right up the middle, bringing the trees into play, but fights through them, and he'll find himself a circle 1 putt as well. Rounding out the foursome, we've got the Crow Daddy himself, Thomas Kuzniar, one of the Birdbrain admins and just an overall great guy. He comes into this hole throwing a crow, as you know, and leaves it a little bit short, catching some foliage.
Big Tom. Good bid, Tom. Good bid.
Little nervy. These guys are playing for big bucks, so any putt that they get out here on the course is definitely going to be a little bit more pressure than they might normally have.
Good bid.
It's going to take a hole or two to get those nerves figured out, in most cases.
This is Sonny from about 20. This is the hole you want to get to start your round, and it really gets you off on the right foot and gets the momentum in the right direction. Puts it right in the heart, and that's a good start for Sonny, getting that handicap a little bit closer to even par. Unfortunately, Tyler leaves that one a little bit low. Tom to clean up the par, no problem. So as you see the scores coming in here, nobody started the round at even par. That's because the Birdbrain Disc Golf Club is a 6-month-long handicap singles league. So the handicaps and the scores that these players come into the round with are the culmination of their average scores throughout all the rounds they've played throughout the 2022 Birdbrain season.
Yep. Get through. Oh, yeah.
Here we are at hole 2. It is a short 234-foot par 3, but an extremely technical and tight one. There's really one main gap off on this right side that players are trying to lace something slow that has a straight to slightly overstable finish.
Nice shot.
Tyler puts on a clinic of exactly what you want that shot to look like, tree free, and he'll find himself with a circle 1 putt to get himself off on the right foot. That's more common than you think on this hole. It really forces you to hit that gap, and that tree is in a very good location.
Yeah, one of the shorter holes, but also one of the holes that a lot can go wrong compared to the rest of the 18 you'll see.
Get out. Way to get up there.
You see 2 baskets right there. We're playing to the red basket, which is the shorter of the 2. I find it myself to be a much more quality hole, as there's a great amount of separation. There's as good of a chance as a 2 to be taken as there is a 4. So that's why we played the red pin on this hole, just for a little bit more of a quality separator. Sonny looking to go 2 for 2. Dream start.
You know he wanted that one. I mean, having to make up 5 strokes going into the round is hard for anyone.
It's a tough mindset to have, as we see Tyler just kind of finding the nerves early with the putter. Hopefully he can turn that around and get them to fall. Tom tourniquet putt, saving the bogey, but could have been worse. He'll collect his, he'll lick his wounds and move on from there. Josh tapping in his par, as will Tyler, and Sonny will do the same. So no real movement here on hole 2. We are at hole 3. So hole 3 is a par 4. It's 516 feet, so not super long. It's a fairly open tee shot, very open on that right side as you see Sonny swing out a wide hyzer. This is an absolute crush. So the basket is up in that woods patch up there, and Sonny's right at the mouth. He'll have all but maybe a jump putt up to the basket for a very simple birdie.
Yeah, 516 off the tee to the pin. How long do you think Sonny put that up there?
I would say that was at least a 400-foot shot on pure hyzer. It stood up maybe a touch, but just demonstrating his great form and technique that allows him to get that disc so far out there. Tyler, really textbook what you're looking to do. You just want to throw a nice chop hyzer, 300 plus, get it in the fairway, and give yourself an easy look to take your 3 and move on. Tom, unfortunately, leaves it a bit too tight and finds the little bit of a ceiling on that left side and kicks him back into the woods where hole 2 was. So he has not much of an option but to pitch out. He does so successfully out into this field, and now he has about 250 coming into the green. Very good shot, a little early. It snuck through. It'll give him an opportunity for a putt at a par. Here's Josh's approach. He's taken the unconventional approach when you kind of put it out in this field. There are a couple of low hyzer routes, and he executes that to perfection. He is all but parked.
Skipped in there for the nice birdie look.
Tyler trying to do more of the same, and I believe he catches a little bit of foliage or a tree approaching the green. He'll have a long circle 2 look. This is Sonny's drive. Oh my goodness. This man just put it 80 feet away. That's the easiest birdie that's ever been taken on this hole. Tyler for his birdie, probably from about 55.
Nice bid, Tyler.
Valiant effort just off the top. Tom from about the same to save his par.
Good line.
Tom.
Throws it a little higher than Tyler's. Sonny tapping in the birdie before his putter decides to walk away. Tom with the bogey. Tyler hopefully cleaning up for par.
Nice putt, Tyler.
And Josh has little work left for his birdie. Just a very well played hole on his end. So 3 holes in, Josh has a 3-stroke lead on the next nearest, 2-stroke lead on the next nearest competitor in Tom, who has 1 over Sonny and 1 over Tyler.
Yeah, not the best camera angle. You'll see it switch for the next players, but he's up there to the left, not too far from the pin.
Yeah, hole 4 really has 2 options for you. There is that middle gap that we saw Sonny go through. It's extremely tight, but if you do pure it, you have a very short putt. Then there's also this kind of intermediate outside hyzer route that kind of requires a low skipping shot. Tyler's throwing right in between the 2 options, trying to sneak through, and he's got a look. That's really the most common play, is kind of just throw it up towards the pin and hopefully it funnels through. Tom really throwing a nice looking shot. Skips a little early but finds a hole, and he's dancing on circle 1. A wonderful shot. Looks like all the players are within putting distance here. Josh just outside the circle, leaves it just a touch low. Tyler finds an unaccounted for branch up there. Here's Sonny to put in his 3rd birdie of the round. And you can count it. That's a fantastic start on this course. We're playing the blue, mostly blue layout, and if you can scoop together some 2s while taking 3s on the longer holes, you're playing the course fantastically. So good start for Sonny.
Yeah, great start coming in at a +2. He's going to bring himself under par, only 4 holes in.
And not to overshadow Tom with a nice birdie on 4 as well. So here's hole 5. This is the longest hole on the course, coming in just underneath 700 feet. It basically follows that road all the way down, and it is on the right side. Players are just looking to land in bounds off this first tee shot and give themselves a chance to attack the green. We saw Sonny go with a power driver over the road and gave it some turn, and it got all of the distance. It just never really finished too well, but he's still in a fine spot. Tom tried going over the top, but never really got it wide enough. And Josh, I believe, put it too wide trying to go over the top, but did sneak through the woods. He'll have a fairly open second.
Beautiful shot.
Tyler throwing a wonderful-looking shot if it holds on. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. If you can be close to that road, your look at the basket is fairly straight. You just have about a 250 to 300-foot low-ceiling shot left. Tom's second leaks a little right. There is a little bit of wind out on this fairway. Oh, no. Josh claims there was a 50-50 chance, and he hits the wrong 50, hits the tree in front of his face, unfortunately. Tries to make up some ground on his third, but finds the bush tree mess in the middle, so he'll have some work left to do. Sonny's drive was fantastic, but again, that aforementioned wind just absolutely rips his second over, and he'll have to pitch up for a par.
Yeah, you'll see during the round, I think wind was gusting even probably close to 25 mile per hour at some points. Definitely played a factor on some of these guys' throws.
Absolutely. Tom's third finds some high branches. Here's Josh's fourth. Finds a picnic table, unfortunately. These guys are just trying to scramble, get up, and move on from this hole. It can be tough if you're not getting it close. There's Tyler's approach for his par. He'll have short work left for his 4. Tom's 5th. Not too bad, a little short, still a little meat left on the bone. Hopefully he can clean that up. Unfortunately, Josh's 5th, I believe, finds some tree.
Smart play, Sonny.
Sonny, after watching everybody else throw more shots than they want to, he's content to just get out of here with a par. Oh, Tom. Tom with a little bit of a yank over the top. He'll have work coming back. This green must be hard to putt on.
Yeah, it's a slight elevation. The wind definitely gets in your head when you're putting even from 20 feet out.
This is one of the most exposed greens on the course, too. It's just so hard to really give it the credit that it deserves. You know, you've thrown all this length and you've gotten down to the green only to have such a challenging putting area. So feel for those guys for sure for a relatively tough 5th hole. Here's hole 6. We're going red tee to red basket on this one. It's a straightforward par 3, slight uphill. Finishes a little bit left, and you've got this gap right off the tee that you really have no business missing. Hit the gap, throw something relatively straight and consistent, and hopefully you'll have a putt. Tyler and Sonny do that very well. Tom gets over on this one a little bit, trying to give it the power, and just burns it over a touch. He'll have a long look for birdie. Josh trying to bounce back from a rough hole 5. Gets a good shape, a little short, but he'll definitely be in the circle for a putt. Tom giving a wind read to the rest of the guys. It is crazy gusty out there. Sonny a little tentative probably after watching Tom's go for a roller coaster ride. So understandable to just kind of pitch up for a safe 3. Tyler, good bid. Still looking for that first putt to fall. Little left side. Hopefully he'll get it together. And Josh for a birdie. Count it. Great birdie for Josh. That's the way to bounce back after a rough hole 5. And he is smile on the face, ready to move on and keep collecting more birds. Little lapse in focus for Tyler. Missing a shorty. That'll be a bogey for him. And pars for Tom and Sonny.
Yeah, those short ones are always brutal, but it happens to everyone.
Here we are on hole 7. It's a 408-foot par 4. Shorter par 4, but the shape is really what makes it a 2-shot hole. This is a capital S. It bends slightly up and to the left as it goes downhill, and then it curls 90 degrees back to the right, where the basket is pretty close to that wood line. So it is a very snaky type shot, and it's all about placement on this hole.
Yeah, it's hard to see if you've never been to the course, but these two arching trees down there, that's about the opening you want to get towards to really have a look at the basket.
I think what Tyler's idea right here is absolutely perfect. Swing something out wide right, let it finish down. Hopefully it'll nestle in the landing zone, and you should have all but maybe 120, 130-foot approach. They're the arching trees that TJ was talking about. Your best drives will get over into that landing zone, but a few that leak a little early, you'll find it exactly where our players are throwing from now at that little corner in the woods. It's a really great par 4 because I really do think that there are options to get an eagle look for a 2, whether that be a forehand flex or some sort of roller, trying to get lucky through this middle woods clump. There are a couple of gaps. But just as easily as maybe a 2 look can be found, a 5 or a 6 can happen just as easily.
This is Tom for 3 after the grenade hit early. He fell in that brush.
He tried for the hero shot. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. Josh's 3rd, just a little inside and finds the tree. He's got a long look for par.
Get it.
Ooh, good bid, just a little early. Tyler for the lone birdie on the card. Just the putting woes unfortunately continue for Tyler. A little bit strong side. The adjustments are being made. He's missed low, high, left, and right, but hopefully he can find himself dead center sooner than later. Couple of cleanups for the rest of our players. Tom for par, Josh unfortunately for bogey, and Sonny flipping that one in for a par as well.
Yeah, you could tell he wanted that one. He hit the right side change, just sprinkled out.
That brings us to hole 8, one of the tougher par 3s on the course. It's dead straight, 377 feet. There's a couple of dead, very mature trees in the way, as well as an electrical pole that just make the shape either extremely straight, or you have to throw a very flexing shot to get back at the end of its flight. Tom showing us a route that I didn't discuss, which is throw the big turnover out left, let it dive back in right, and it was fantastic. He'll be a little bit short, but a wonderful shaped shot nonetheless. Well done, Tom.
Yeah, he caught a great break, even catching some of that foliage up top.
Didn't slow him down much at all, it seemed. Tyler a little short left. Josh hits the electrical pole. Unfortunately, it's more common than a lot of people give that credit for, but when you try and shape that shot down the middle, that is really your public enemy number 1.
Leather me timbers.
Here's Josh trying to throw a wonderful scramble approach, but catches the last tree. He'll have about a circle 2's putt left for his par. Tyler scrambling on up. He'll have a tap-in par to clean up and move on. Well done. Sonny long look for birdie. Leaves it a little lofty. Here's Josh to save his par from a knee. Tricky stance, but he's really good at these types of putts. Just a touch high. Wonderful bid, though, from Josh. Here's Tom for a 2. And he converts. That is just a fantastic birdie. Sonny is in for his par. Josh, unfortunately, will be adding another bogey to his scorecard, and that'll be a par from Tyler. So as we go into this 9th hole, we can see that Sonny's got a 2-shot lead over Tom. 1-shot lead over Tom now after that birdie. This is a close battle. Tom a little bit low. This is hole 9's long tee pad. It's in the woods, and it's a carpet on top of wood. But it actually has fantastic grip. We're throwing to the red pin for hole 9. Uphill, plays perfectly for the shot that Sonny just threw. Put a forehand out wide, let it come back, but that is so much easier said than done. considering the wind that you can see here on the screen. It is just blustering, and the players can't feel which direction it's moving from being inside of the woods.
Right, standing on that tee, it just felt like the wind was just blasting you in the face, and you see Tyler's ended up in 12's fairway, way off to the left due to that wind.
His second, unfortunately, catches some of that dead branch brush on the ground and doesn't get too far. Tom, what headwind. Throws a bullfrog to about 1 foot, 200-foot uphill shot, and that was just extremely well done. As you can see, Josh trying to spin one up for an easy up and down. That wind absolutely takes it over to the right. Are we watching the same shot again? That just happened to Tyler, too. It's just unbelievable, the wind that we are feeling right now, and really goes to show how amazing that shot was from Tom approaching that pin. Josh and Tyler approaching with their putts from the woods, and unfortunately both find themselves off the mark a touch. Oh, Sonny found a lull in the wind, but took it for granted, left it a touch low for what would have been a wonderful birdie. Tyler cleans up for an unfortunate double. There's Sonny for a par, Josh to follow with a bogey, and Tom to tap in a fantastic scramble par.
A great par save from Tom going into the back 9. Join us on the back 9. A little bit longer of a video, but thanks for being here for the front 9. Once again, we'll see you in the back 9.